The WWE Draft 2024 is in full swing and shaking up the rosters of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT like never before. The entire landscape of Friday Night SmackDown, as well as Monday Night Raw, underwent excitement as we saw multiple rounds for the WWE Draft. The excitement and speculation among many fans was really not much because, well, most superstars are retained on their previous brands. However, WWE did begin the build-up to the next rivalries as well as premium live events, something that fans were definitely crazy about. The SmackDown highlights. Kicking it off, we got a blockbuster start, with at the start of the episode, a bombshell announcement sent shockwaves throughout the locker room. In a surprising turn of events, Heyman revealed that Reigns won't return to action anytime soon. But why? The answer lies in a statement that speaks volumes about Reigns' character. Roman Reigns believes that being selected as the first pick in the draft would steal the spotlight away from other deserving superstars. It's a decision born out of respect for his colleagues and a desire to see the spotlight shine on others. It's a babyface statement from the tribal chief, demonstrating a depth of character and transcends the world of professional wrestling. Contract signing between AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. Corey Graves welcomed both superstars AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes whenever they stepped into the ring for the contract signing of their undisputed WWE Universal title match. Before the ink ever hit the paper, AJ Styles took the mic and wasted no time addressing recent events by boldly stating that he had given the LA Knights what he deserved. However, a tone of respect echoed in Styles' words as he acknowledged Cody Rhodes. Their shared journey outside the WWE forged a bond of mutual admiration, reflecting on the invaluable wisdom which was imparted by the legendary Dusty Rhodes. Styles spoke of the profound impact that Dusty had on his career and got on to say that he was emphasizing the importance of his authenticity. With a nod to his mentor's teachings, Styles ended up signing the contract. Equally poised and resolute, Cody Rhodes returned to the praise, acknowledging the universal respect that AJ commands in the locker room. However, he made it unequivocally clear that victory at Backlash was not a desire, but really just a necessity. With a swift stroke, Rhodes added his name to the contract, and the weight of his aspirations evident in every single pin stroke. First round picks. Triple H, the mastermind behind the draft, took center stage to announce the highly anticipated round 1 picks. Joining him on stage was the SmackDown's own Cody Rhodes, and for SmackDown, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair was selected, a testament to her unparalleled athleticism and undeniable talent. Meanwhile, over on WWE Raw, main event Jey Uso was chosen, and his status as a cornerstone of the brand was reaffirmed with this prestigious selection. But the surprises certainly did not end there, as SmackDown's second pick sent shockwaves through the arena as the emerging star Carmelo Hayes was announced, marking the first time an NXT superstar had been drafted in the first round. Carmelo Hayes wasted no time in making his presence felt, striding confidently into the spotlight so as to issue a challenge to none other than Cody Rhodes himself. Cody accepted the challenge without hesitation. Meanwhile, though, Seth Rollins' automatic selection for WWE Raw underscored his status as a perennial powerhouse within the company. WWE second round draft. The legendary WWE divas Michelle McCool and Tori Wilson appeared to announce the second round of the WWE Draft. Randy Orton went to SmackDown and Braun Breaker went to Raw. Two exciting women's titles contenders for the coming year, Nia Jax and Morgan, were drafted next. Jax ended up going to SmackDown and Raw drafted Morgan. Backstage highlights. Backstage, Solo arrived in his SUV and Heyman hesitated to open the door, as he did for Roman Reigns in the past. Solo had wasted absolutely no time and was eager for an update on their status in the draft, but what they received is different from the news that they were hoping for. Heyman told him that neither member of the bloodline is drafted yet. Kevin Owens ruthlessly seized the opportunity and attacked Tama Tonga and Sikoa. The fight reached the ring where Solo and Tama began dominating KO. Randy Orton made a surprise entry to save Kevin Owens, and all this made a tag team match official for the upcoming event. WWE Draft Round 3. In their style, the Dudley Boys announced the third round of the draft picks, with the crowd chanting, "We want tables!" The megastar LA Knight went to SmackDown, and the high-flying Ricochet to Raw. The Bloodline's own Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Paul Heyman stayed on the SmackDown as Sheamus was retained by the Raw brand. Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi for #1 contender. The stakes were high as two fierce competitors stepped into the ring, each vying for the opportunity to change Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship at Backlash. As the match started to get pace, Nia Jax emerged from the shadows, launching a brutal assault on Bayley at ringside. Naomi came to Bayley's aid, but Nia attacked her, so that match ended in a no contest. Tiffany seized the opportunity, executing a picture-perfect moonsault that left Bayley and Naomi sprawled out in the center of the ring. A triple threat had been made official for Backlash, involving Bayley, Naomi, and Stratton. WWE Draft Round 4. The WWE Hall of Famers JBL and Teddy Long announced the 4th round picks. SmackDown got AJ Styles and Andre, while Raw selected Alpha Academy and Kiana James. Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes. The night's main event that saw Carmelo Hayes go toe-to-toe against WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes. The match had some outstanding spots and some lack of chemistry moments between two stars facing off at each other for the first time. As the tension peaked, Cody seized the opportunity, connecting with his signature move, the Crossroads, for the decisive victory. Raw highlights. Monday Night Raw had begun with an entrance to the parking lot for the U.S. champion Logan Paul and his friends ishowspeed and Patrick Mahomes from the Super Bowl. The Judgment Day soon joined them as both Priest and Paul had shared a moment of appreciation for one another. Becky Lynch opened Raw. The atmosphere is electric as Becky steps into the spotlight once again. 6 years ago, right here in Kansas, she declared herself, quote, the man, as tonight she stood before us as the reigning champion. Becky Lynch does hold the coveted title once more after a 2-year journey, and you better believe she's not letting it go anytime soon. Liv Morgan made her intentions clear to Becky that this is the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour and she's taken what's rightfully hers. With one foot already out of the door and headed for SmackDown, Nia Jax had unfinished business to settle. Liv Morgan, showing no fear, had delivered a stunning drop kick to Nia Jax, accepting her challenge without hesitation. WWE Raw Draft Round 1. Stephanie McMahon returned to WWE Raw to announce the first round, and with WWE Raw, they went ahead and picked former Intercontinental Champion Gunther and his partner Ludwig Kaiser. SmackDown had even picked Jade Cargill. Raw then ended up taking Damage, Control, and SmackDown selected Kevin Owens. Gunther versus Xavier Wood. Woods and Gunther engaged in a fierce exchange of strikes, with Woods initially avoiding Gunther's chops and gaining an early advantage. Gunther seized control with a brutality, unleashing a barrage of chops and a powerful short-arm lariat. Woods had a moment of brilliance as he launched himself from the top of the rope with pinpoint precision. Woods, in agony, was unable to withstand Gunther's assault on his injured limb. Kofi Kingston at ringside contemplated whether or not to throw in the towel so as to spare his friends further suffering. Woods refused, but later ended up tapping out to STF in order to give Gunther a win. It was a brilliant match, building Gunther to be the king of the ring. Raw Draft Round 2. Logan Paul and ishowspeed had announced the draft picks for the second round. Raw ended up getting blockbuster picks of CM Punk and the returning monster Braun Strowman. SmackDown ends up getting the evergreen Tiffany Stratton and the Pride Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, and B-Fab. The return of Braun Strowman. After the draft was announced, Logan Paul wasted no time staking his claim, painting a vivid picture of the future where Damian Priest will end up reigning supreme over Jey Uso at Backlash, but little did he know, Destiny had other plans in store. Undeterred by Logan Paul's words, Jey Uso stands tall in the face of adversity, his resolve unshakable as he challenges the notion of defeat. With the crowd rallying behind him, he ended up asking, can he conquer the odds and emerge victorious? The crowd went nuts. Jey Uso found himself standing against the tide of oppression with his back against the ropes as Finn Balor and JD McDonough had launched a relentless assault. Braun Strowman, the monster amongst men, returned with a vengeance, ready to unleash his fury upon those who dare to oppose him. Strowman seized Finn Balor in the colossal grip, hoisting him high into the air before delivering a bone-crackling choke slam and standing tall to end the segment. Sami Zayn versus Bronson Reed for the IC title. With the Intercontinental Championship hanging in the balance, every punch and chop reverberates with the weight of destiny. Reed and Zayn broke all the shackles to win the prize, with Reed showing off his dominance against the underdog from the underground. Zayn prepared well for the fight and was ready to take over, just to be stopped by Chad Gable. Gable applied the ankle lock on Zayn to cause the disqualification. Reed then attacked both men and stood tall with the title in hand. It was a great match, but the end was even more chaotic. WWE Draft Round 3. APA members JBL and Ron Simmons announced Round 3 of the draft picks. Drew McIntyre and LWO entered Raw, while Nakamura and Legado del Fantasma went on to SmackDown. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk segments. Drew McIntyre appeared angry at his name in the third round of the draft, and even criticized Punk for not showing up due to an injury. CM Punk music hits, and McIntyre seemed to be surprised, but Punk was nowhere. CM Punk sitting in a suit with a sly, smirky face, playing on his lips as he addresses McIntyre, had made McIntyre go for a chase on CM Punk. Later, McIntyre found that suite where CM Punk was shown. Before he could do anything, Punk went to the ring and showed his appreciation to Kansas City. McIntyre's expression darkens as Punk recounts the events that led to his injury, each accusation hitting home with unerring accuracy. Punk's confidence knows no bounds as he proclaims his superiority in the ring, on the microphone, and even in commentary. Punk warned the Scottish Warrior saying, quote, "Once I'm cleared, I'm gonna make your life a living hell, Drew. You can count on that." WWE Raw Draft Round 4. Teddy Long and Alundra Blaze had announced Round 4 of the draft picks. Judgment Day ended up staying on Raw, and Ilya Dragunov from NXT was drafted. Naomi and the tag team of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven ended up going on to SmackDown too. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. From the opening bell, Nia Jax asserted her dominance, unleashing a relentless assault on Liv Morgan, her sheer power and ferocity, leaving Morgan struggling to keep pace. Sensing an opportunity, Morgan presses her advantage, driving Jax into the corner with a series of punishing strikes, culminating into a running back elbow that leaves Jax reeling. With the match hanging on in the balance, Naomi and Stratton's ringside altercation spills over into the fray, distracting both competitors and setting the stage for a dramatic showdown. In the chaos that ensues, Morgan seizes the opportunity to strike, unleashing a fury of offenses that culminates into a breathtaking springboard codebreaker, followed by the devastating Oblivion for the victory. WWE Raw Draft Round 5. The Dudley Boys announced the 5th round of the draft, and the New Day went on to Raw. There was an emotional moment when Leah Valkyria was drafted to Raw from NXT, and the tag teams Pretty Deadly and LeRae, as well as Hartwell, were sent to SmackDown. Awesome Truth versus Alpha Academy. Like warriors on a battlefield, Tozawa and Otis wasted no time taking the fight straight to the Awesome Truth. But the champions are definitely no stranger to adversity and are prepared to defend their title with every ounce of strength that they possess. The Awesome Truth's Miz and Truth showed their years of experience and teamwork, leaving Tozawa and Otis struggling to retain their footing. In order to keep the titles, they executed their devastating finishing maneuver, the Truth Crushing Finale. Last and certainly not least, WWE Draft Round 6. The WWE SmackDown and Raw general managers Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce announced these picks. Bronson Reed and The Final Testament, Karrion Kross, Akam, Rezar, Scarlett, and Paul Ellering have been added to the Raw roster. On the flip side, we got DIY, Ciampa, and Gargano, who were drafted to SmackDown. Blair Davenport from NXT got the opportunity to showcase her abilities on SmackDown. 6-man tag team match. The Judgment Day faced the trio of Ricochet, Andre, and Jey Uso, with the action unfolding lightning as Baylor and Andre exchanging a flurry of strikes and maneuvers, each vying for supremacy. All 6 competitors played their parts well, but Jey Uso was also the highlight of the show. And although Dom distracted the referee, Jey landed a series of super kicks on Judgment Day. Uso delivered a spear to Belair, followed by a splash for the win. The disagreement among the Judgment Day members was all over the match. WWE is building them up for a breakup, and Uso gets the momentum against Priest for his match at the world title.